Did you think that 2022 was a good year for entertainment? Because I didn't. There was a lot of bad stuff this year. Feels like more bad entertainment than good. A lot of it was just awful, awful stuff. And when you look at a lot of these companies, they've paid for it. Look at Netflix here. They've lost a lot of money this year. I just want to show you this. December 31st, 2021. So the day before New Year's. Their stock was sitting at a nice $602.44. They have dropped all the way down to $276.88. Well, actually, sorry, $294.88. That is awful. Awful. That's a huge loss of money. Look at right here on this day. The 14th, was it the 21st or the 19th? Goes from 348 to 215 in like one day. I wonder what came out that day. And, you know, this is funny when you see this. Look, Witcher's not really bothering much, but it's just that Netflix has made so many bad decisions. I really do wonder about their future. I wonder about the future of this stock and this company. They don't make very good decisions, and honestly, the way they handle things and they let their showrunners just do whatever they want. The Witcher is a really great example of just how bad things are for them. The Witcher Season 3 premiere date. This whole article suggests that Netflix should move the Season 3 premiere date up. Put it out earlier so fans can wash the bad taste of Blood Origin out of their mouths. But what's funny is if they don't watch Blood Origin, they're going to be kind of screwed because you need to watch this awful show to understand what's going to happen in Season 3. Terrible decision. Terrible decision. And there's an interesting theory that I'm going to get to in a second on where the future of this series is going to go. And it might be one of the reasons why Henry Cavill bounced. Which, of course, is a massive problem for Netflix. I mean, this is a pretty big franchise for them. It was going smoothly. And then the showrunners decided that they wanted to just do whatever the hell they wanted. They didn't want to really stick to the books. They wanted to do their own show. I think it was on Critical Drinkers Open Bar or it was on a Nerdrotic stream. I'm not sure, but I was listening. And they were talking about how Blood Origin is the show that the people behind the Witcher franchise for Netflix wanted to make. They don't have to have this stupid muscular man they have to focus on. They get to lift up women and tell whatever the hell they want. That's why it was bad. The only thing that made the first 2 seasons of The Witcher good was the fact that they had to follow the books. And with this, they didn't have to follow the books at all. From what people in my comments were saying when I asked, is any of this multiverse shit that Blood Origin has, is any of that in the books? People were saying no. People were saying no, they're not. Which kind of makes me think they're going to go pretty far away from the books. I think they're going to abandon the books. And the reason that I'm saying that is because I read this article here over on Bounding into Comics where they were discussing a theory. So this comes from Sporking Podcast. The Sporking Podcast. Now I want to point out this is a theory that this gentleman has, but it's actually a pretty sound one. And he thinks Blood Origin is going to lead to a reboot of the Witcher show itself so they don't have to follow canon. And he's got some pretty good evidence here to back up his claim. Let me go over this with you here. The Witcher Blood Origin, as part of the night's playing topics, the Sporking podcast recalled that after viewing its final, he was left with the impression that Netflix would be taking drastic measures to explain Cavill's recasting. They are either going to write Geralt out completely and have a different Witcher, or Hemsworth is going to take over the role, but they're going to start from season 1 again, and it's just going to be a different story. I know that sounds crazy, but he actually backs this up with some pretty good evidence. And that's because one of the characters from the show, apparently at the end of Blood Origin, goes and is transported 1,500 years in the future, where he sees young Ciri playing dice in the streets, which originally was Geralt watching her. And he theorizes that this is going to change the timeline, and this could lead to changing the series as a whole. Then you bring in Hemsworth. Hemsworth is Geralt, and you use that to explain why he looks different and all of this stuff, which I think is stupid to do. But they're going to use this as a divergence point from which Netflix can tell a new version of Geralt's tale with Hemsworth in the role and without any of Cavill's influence regarding source material accuracy. Now, I wonder, he was obviously pissed off about what was going on with this show, and something about season 4 and the way things were going with season 3 made him upset enough to leave that show. And he uses some of the showrunner's wording here to kind of back up his theory. She said in an interview, he's a slightly different Geralt than we expected, she teased. And by the way, that's an understatement. This is when she spoke to Entertainment Weekly earlier this month about The Witcher's post-Cavill future. Geralt has a new mission in mind when we come back to him in season 4. And like I said, he points out this is all rumor and speculation, but I don't think it's far-fetched. Obviously, because we know for a fact that they've said this thanks to the guy who's working on the X-Men show when he came out and said the people working on this show hate the lore, hate the games, hate the books. They want to tell their own damn show. And I got to be honest, this would be a way to do it. It sounds possible. And it would let them make the show they want, where they can focus on who they want, and they can make the show about who they want. Hemsworth, probably just there for a check. Probably not a huge Witcher fan like Cavill was. He don't care. I think it works. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it probably could. Be interesting to see what they do. The Witcher is such a shit show. It's fun to report on because it's so bad. So I hope they make more spin-offs, all kinds of shit. It'd be fun. Fun to laugh at it. Because I think it's hilarious when Netflix loses money, Disney loses money, because they make all this garbage, trash entertainment. I think it's hilarious to watch them lose money. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. Do you think this could happen? What are your thoughts? Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and my Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.